Okay, so the last video I made about Marthwaite was about us taking all the bad bits of track up and eventually getting it ready to be replaced. Unfortunately, I still have to wait for fish plate to connect the rails back together, and also kind of figuring out the plan for what to do on this side, like if we're going to extend it, and on that side. But today, thanks to the sponsor of the video, we will be replacing the original station with an actual proper model of Marthwaite. So thanks to the sponsor of the video.
Miniature Modelers Hub is one of my favorite sites for finding 009 kits. They have a wide range of locomotives and rolling stock based on the Tallyflynn Railway and Sudrian prototypes, just to name a couple. My favorite has got to be their Falcon, which comes in a wide range of variants with seemingly endless customization options. They also just released new 00 scale buildings that I'm sure a lot of y'all will be interested in. I'll leave a link to their website in the video description for anyone who wants to check out some amazing kits. Thank you again to Miniature Modelers Hub for sponsoring today's video, and let's get back into it.
Adam graciously sent me the file for Marthwaite, and I actually printed it on my own printer. Basically what this is a full 3D scan of Urton Road Station. If you don't know what Urton Road Station is the one that they used to base off of Marthwaite. Urton Road was used for inspiration for Duke the Lost Engine. So essentially Adam went and scanned Urton Road on the Raven glass, and so he surprised me with it. He was like, hey, I've got a file for the actual Marthwaite. Yeah, sent me the file, I printed it out, and yeah, it's a really good quality building. Adam did a great job getting this scanned, and I'm pretty sure they had to rebuild a lot of the stuff at the back and kind of guesstimate what it looks like because they couldn't scan it. So we're gonna get this painted up to look like Marthwaite in the books. We're gonna go with the green trim all over, kind of keep the vibe of this layout, kind of with the signs and stuff. So we're gonna go with that. We're gonna get it painted, and that's gonna be today's episode. So yeah, I hope y'all enjoy. Yeah, the main issue I had with the original Marthwaite, it's one of those Helgen standard gauge stations, and I just had it laying around. Because Marthwaite was made so quick, that's why it was used, because I couldn't really wait for anything to come in. And there also wasn't really anything close to what Marthwaite looks like. There's not really, I mean, there's a couple of Tallyflynn stations, but I really wanted that unique building that Marthwaite had. Yeah, I think it'll also go really well with a lot of the other buildings being plate and stuff, like especially with the water tower over there and that little hut, and not really the shed here, but you get what I mean. Same with the quarry building and even the bridge back here. All that being slate, and I've already kind of gotten it where it'll sit in there, so it's gonna be kind of something like that. We're also gonna get some of these name boards painted up, and we're gonna kind of stick it on the side there because Marthwaite I think has one sitting there, so that'll be cool. I say we'll start with the station building. We're gonna rearrange some of these bins and stuff. These are actually glued down, so we're gonna have to move those, but I want to put them in a better spot and make them look a little bit nicer so they're not blocking everything. And what we're also going to do is going to add a fence going back here to kind of block off this area, because I think in the illustrations Marthwaite has a fence. You could see it very briefly in the back, but yeah, let's get on to that. Okay, so looking at Marthwaite, they have like a sign that has been put up on here. I'll put up an image of it, but there's like a sign that needs to go right here. I think I'm going to change it up a little bit because I don't know if I like the board being right there on it. I think we'll put it right here. We'll kind of add the sign right here because I already would have the sign that would go right here, unless I could put it, yeah, I don't know why I didn't look at that sooner. Anyway, so what I've done, I have sanded all the little print support studs and stuff the best I could. Kind of a hard building to do that from, especially since I printed it in-house. I can guarantee it's probably not going to be like that if you buy it from Miniature Model Hub directly, so might be a little bit easier to get the print supports. I'm just stupid, so I don't know how to do the supports. So what I'm gonna start out with, I'm gonna start out with the green. We're gonna do all the trim bits in green, and then we're gonna go in and paint all the stones in a couple different colors, just to kind of bring out a couple different colors in the stones and stuff. So what we're gonna go with, this is the color I used for the rest of the green on the layout. It is a Deco Art New Leaf Green. I think it really brings out that good, like, almost a lime green color that they use. So we're gonna get that painted up with all the trim bits, and I'll come back to y'all whenever I get that done. So I got all of the green trim painted, but what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go in, paint a couple of the individual stones like a darker gray, and then also paint the roof like a nice dark gray along with this one too. Just to kind of break up the colors a bit, make it look like it's a different kind of shingle being used instead of like a slate. So I'm gonna do that real quick, and yeah, we'll see how that turns out. Okay, so now that I have the roof painted in a darker color, paint's still drying, you can see, we are gonna go in and paint some of the stones in a couple different colors. I have a couple different shades of gray. I've got a slate gray. On the inside, I don't know if you can see this, but this is so like crazy how good of a quality of scan this is. On the inside, it even picked up the detail from where they have it concreted over on the stone, so it makes it look smooth on the inside. So I think what I'm gonna do is actually go in with like, maybe like a tan, like a khaki color on the inside. I don't know, I think that would be cool. And then go in on the flooring with like a khaki color. Kind of just added a couple different colors in here. You can see it's like darker gray, and there's a couple of like little greenish gray colors in there. The front, I did a couple of darker little stones, and yeah, so I think I like that. I don't know if I really want to do any browns or anything like that in there. I think the black wash will kind of hide a lot of that, so I kind of just like that look. It looks very random with some of the stones. I like that. It's not a crazy big difference, but it's very subtle, and I think it works. What I'm gonna do now, actually, I think I'm gonna paint the doors brown first. I'm gonna do the doors brown, and I think we're gonna do this tan down in here. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so I got a little bit ahead of myself. I didn't show any of this on camera while I was painting it. Did add the window bar back. I just cut a piece of wood, and I think I am gonna end up painting those the same green color. I went ahead and painted all the brown. I also went in and painted the interior. So I might do a little bit more brown on the tops of the benches. I gotta clean up some of that a bit. But I'm very happy with how that turned out. I want to get some like little posters and stuff to put in there. So if anyone wants to make any like custom like railway posters for me that I can print and put in there, let me know and I'll see which ones I like and I'll put them in there. I think that'd be cool. But yeah, I've kind of just gone around, painted all the brown, painted that tan in there. I think that looks so good like that. You could just see the worn concrete look on here now. So kind of took inspiration from the real Urton Road. And now what I'm gonna do, I think I'm gonna go in and, like I said, I'm gonna paint these green, and then I'm gonna do my my wash on it. I'm gonna do the black wash, the George Williamson wash is what you could say. So let's do that. So if y'all don't know the George Williamson black wash method, take whatever building you have, get some matte acrylic black paint. And I like to start, honestly, somewhere up here and kind of just do a nice little coat of black wash. I don't do too much on buildings because it is a big surface area that you need. But then you also get some water and you'll paint that water on there. What it'll eventually do is start thinning out, leaving you a nice wash and getting those nooks and crannies and stuff. So let's keep doing this for a little bit and we'll come back to y'all whenever I get a good coating on it. So with this black wash, you can really see like how quick it transforms, how the overall appearance of the building looks. I mean, you could see the difference from this side to this side. So I've also started working on doing some on the inside of here. You can actually see that looks a lot better with some highlights in there. And I like it a lot. We're gonna start it over here and work our way over. I'm gonna kind of go in like that. I want it to look like there's like soot smudges in there and stuff, because I mean, you gotta think about it, the engines are gonna be right beside the station, and then also, you know, I would imagine that having cream colored walls on the inside of these places, like, you know, dust is gonna get picked up in there, and you know, it's, I mean, I'm sure they keep it pretty clean, but you know, they can only do so much. I'm just gonna do a nice little, doesn't have to be too much. Let's go like this and there, just to where it picks up in the crevices and stuff. All right, let me get onto that, and then I'll get back to y'all. Okay, so I've left this overnight to dry, and you can see all that black wash is dried. You can tell that green has been muted down now because of the black wash, and a lot of the other colors have too. You can see the inside, I've done a little bit of a wash in there, not too bad, just kind of making it look worn. Doors have a little bit of a wash. I kind of wanted to focus some of the black in like the corners and stuff, like a buildup of dirt. And with the roof. The roof still has a bit of a stepping over here. I think it's fine though. I don't think you're gonna really notice it. But yeah, I'm really happy with how this turned out. So let's go get it on the layout and see how that looks. New Marthwaite right there. Yeah, I like that a lot. Like I said, I think it matches a lot better with some of the other stations and the girder bridge and stuff. All that being like a stone instead of that wooden one. But yeah, man, that looks really good. Let's get it Duke right here just so you can see for size comparison to an engine. Oh yeah. Yeah, that looks really good. A couple other things, like I said, I need to still do. I won't do in this video, but gotta add the Marthwaite sign. I'm debating on if I'm gonna put it right there or on this side over here. I don't know, we'll see with that. I also want to go ahead and add a fence in the back on the next episode. I probably want to go in and add flowers and stuff in the flower pot on the station itself, because that is a really cool detail I don't want to forget. But I think that's it for today's video. Like I said, go check out Miniature Model Hub for all these really cool prints. They do have this one up on the store, so I'll leave a link to that in the description. Go also check out a bunch of their other Sudrian products they have. They have so many cool model kits that can turn into Railway Series style models and such, so go give them a look. They're really nice. Adam does a great job with a lot of his prints and quality and stuff like that, so they're very good products. I heavily suggest them. So yeah, go check them out. Stay tuned for the next video when we tackle redoing all the track. But yeah, that's it for today. Thank y'all so much.